Alright, guys, let's commence. Hina and Milan, would you be doing listening for the first time?
Yeah.
And what about you, Milan?
No, I did so many times.
You did so many times. Alright, may I ask your earlier score? Have you given exam before?
No,
No, not yet.
not yet.
Okay, so you simply practice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yes. Okay. Chalo, anyways. Now this is part one, guys. Listening to problem solving. As far as part one is concerned, Milan, as you already know, it is divided into three parts, All right. It is segregated into three sections, and the length of the audio would be around 1 to 1.5 minute, and you would be asked question based on that particular audio only, right? That means even though it is a part one, still three audios would be played. Are we clear? Now, since
Yeah.
self-pip reading and self-pip listening is multiple choice based questions, so obviously here questions would be or that way only. Now, listening to problem solving, total 8 questions would be asked, not at once, but questions would appear one by one, and after each audio, you would witness 2 to 3 questions regarding that section only. Now, listening to problem solving, what does it tell us? Milan, what is going to happen?
So it's basically conversation between two people, a man and woman, and they are discussing about any kind of problem.
One person would have a problem and the other person would be in a
Give
situation,
solutions.
yeah, to give
Yeah.
solution, right? So the context say you are about to hear a conversation between a man and a woman at the tile store. Woman works at the tile store and the man is a customer. So according to you, who would be having the problem? Most probably
The woman.
the woman. Why though? She works over there.
The customer.
The customer would be
Sorry, the
having the problem.
customer.
Now, what I want you to do is simply look out for problems and solutions. See, there would be a problem, and numerous solutions would be given. Out of all these solutions, you have to gauge which is the one that has been chosen and why. No need to take notes, we'll simply listen to it. Let's go.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I've just moved into the area. The house I bought is a beautiful old home, maybe built about a century ago, but the tiles have probably been there for a few decades at least.
Yes, these old houses. Is it the tiles in the bathroom or the kitchen tiles?
Well, the ones in the bathroom need work right away. Several of them are cracked or broken. The ones in the kitchen just have a very old-fashioned style, so maybe I'll do those later.
Okay, so it sounds like we know which room to start with then. Do you have the measurements?
It's it's a small bathroom. Maybe average sized.
Well, could you come back maybe tomorrow with the precise details? Those will help us narrow down our options. We're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day.
Question 1.
What is the man planning to do?
Perform or repair in the bathroom.
Exactly. Clear, Milan?
Yes.
Question 2.
Why is the woman unable to help the man right now?
She doesn't have the right enough info. He doesn't. She doesn't have the enough information
Regarding what?
regarding the tiles and everything.
No,
The
regarding the
measurements.
measurement of the washroom.
Regarding the measurements.
Yeah, measurements.
Hi again. Here are the measurements.
Great. These will help us choose the right sizes and quantities. So over here, we have wall tiles. And on the other side of the store, we have our selection of floor tiles.
Well, I'd like my whole bathroom to look the same. Why don't I try these white tiles? They look nice and plain. I could just use them for everything.
Well, those are nice, but many people would be worried about safety. Floor tiles in the kitchen and especially in the bathroom generally have a rough, bumpy texture. You so you don't slip on a wet floor. How about those ones over there?
Whoa, I don't like that pattern on the tiles at all.
Right. Well, how about those flowered ones?
If I'm using these white ones for the wall, probably those ones below the flowered ones would be best for the floor. Those will give me a similar look throughout the room.
Question 3.
What did the man want to do?
Use tiles with a flowered pattern in his bathroom.
Option A.
Option A, buy the same tiles for his bathroom floor and wall. He wanted
Okay.
plain tiles through and through, right?
Hmm.
बट फ्लावर पैटर्न तो वो चाहता नहीं था, वो उसको सिर्फ प्लेन चाहिए था.
Question 4.
What problem does the woman see with the man's tile choice?
The tile pattern may not look nice.
The problem was safety.
Smooth. The tile texture may be
Tile
too
texture may
smooth.
be too smooth. Hina, you're not listening to the audio properly.
Okay. Choose.
Question 5.
Which floor tiles will the man probably buy?
Below the flower.
Flowered one, white ones with flowered.
Are you sure?
He told that the flowered ones would be. He still wanted to go with the white ones only.
Yes. He still wanted to go with the white one. That means third is the correct option.
Yeah, third one. The lady was insisting for the wild ones,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes. Now, I want both of you to simply listen to it. It's really short audio, so you can retain information. Mm, Be active.
Hello again. How are the white tiles working out? Are you happy with them?
They look great so far. I really appreciate your advice, but I seem to have run out.
Oh no, in the middle of your project. That's too bad.
Yes, it's completely my fault. I must have made a mistake when measuring.
Okay, I'm just going to look up the inventory in our database. It looks like we are out of stock for both. Should I order them from the manufacturer for you?
Yes, please put in the order. Since I'm here, I'll take a look at the kitchen tile section.
That's right. You said the kitchen is your next project.
Question 6.
Why has the man returned to the store?
To purchase more bathroom tiles.
Exactly.
Question 7.
How does the woman respond to the man?
She feel badly about the man's problem.
She feels badly about the. Yes, she feels badly about the man's problem. Exactly. The words she used were, "Oh no, that's bad."
I'm sorry.
Question 8.
What does the woman look for?
The same tiles.
In the current stock, right? She was looking
Yeah,
into
in
her
the current B.
inventory list. Now, this is part two, listening to a daily life conversation. Now, 5 questions would be asked. All right, questions would appear one by one. Understand? A daily life conversation means the speakers would be knowing each other, right? Let's suppose example of such sort of questions are a couple is making the weekend plan, right? Let's suppose they want to go to a movie. Then what would happen later on? They might change that plan. What does it mean? Initially, something will be decided, and later on, that would be changed, right? And while reaching the end, you have to ascertain initially what was decided and eventually what happened. Context in the question says you will hear a conversation between two people, a brother and a sister who are at mall. So what can we anticipate? Let's suppose these siblings might want to hit up a store first, right? Let's suppose they want to go to XYZ store first. Let's say 11 a.m. All right. Then they would use some words like, rather than going over here, let's hit that first. Let's go over there first. Or it could happen, you go there first, I'll go there first, and we'll meet over here first. Here then. So they would keep on changing their plan. That's what would happen. You have to be attentive, have to be vigilant with regards to what the changes have been made in the original plan. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, no need to take notes. कुछ भी notes लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's relatively easier for you to retain. ठीक है?
Okay, so you have a bunch of stuff you want to buy, and I have a bunch of stuff I want to buy. Shall we just split up and meet back at the food court for lunch in, say, an hour?
Actually, I was hoping you might come with me, at least to the framing store. You have a much better eye for that kind of thing. I know what sort of poster I want to buy for Michael, but I have no idea what kind of frame it will look good in.
But the person in the store should be able to help you with that.
Should is the key word. I've noticed more and more that people who work in stores don't have any special expertise about the stuff sold in that store. I tried to buy a pair of shoes the other day, and I swear the person didn't know a shoelace from a buckle.
You know, you're right. I had the same experience when I tried to buy a toaster. So, okay, I'll come with you to the framing store, but I'd really like to go to my favorite store first. They have a sale on sweatshirts, and I want to get there before they're sold out of the color and size I want.
Fair enough. But since I'm not thrilled about going into clothing stores, I'll just wait outside, okay?
No problem. Actually, I think that's where the fountain is, with all the benches.
Perfect. After that, I don't mind splitting up. Will it really take you just an hour, though? It's Saturday. This place is crowded.
Good point. Better make it 2 hours. Maybe by then the food court won't be as busy.
That would be nice. I hate being jostled when I've got a full tray of food, and I'm planning to get exactly that at the new Thai restaurant that's opened up. They have a buffet.
Really? I didn't know that. Guess who else will be getting a full tray of food?
Question 1.
What are they trying to figure out?
Who goes where and when?
Perfect. Who goes where and when?
Question 2.
Why does the man want the woman to come with him to the framing store?
Option A.
He doesn't know where the framing store.
He already knew it. He knew where the store is. However, he didn't believe in the judgment. He said, I went to a shoe store to purchase a shoe, and the salesperson didn't know
Oh
anything
yeah,
about a shoe.
option B.
Yes, he
He
values the judgment
values
about
it.
the picture frames. And then the sister also agreed. She said, I know something like that happened to me as well while she
To
was
her
purchasing a
also, yeah.
toaster.
Question 3.
What likely happened when the woman tried to buy a toaster?
While she was there to purchase a toaster, even her salesperson didn't know anything, right? That's why she couldn't get.
Enough information was not there.
Enough
I believe
information.
to get informed advice.
Yes, she was unable to get the informed advice, just like her brother. Make sense?
Question 4.
What does the woman plan to do at the food court?
Wait for her brother at something.
Buy a lot of food from a restaurant.
Buy a lot of
New
food
restaurant.
from a new restaurant. Hina, what was the question that was asked?
What was they going to do at the food store, or can you just repeat
They
again?
they are women.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Oh yeah, women.
listen to the question again.
Yeah.
Question 4.
What does the woman plan to do at the food court?
Yeah, what is he planning for the women at the food court? Yeah,
What is
buy
he
a lot
planning?
of
Me,
food.
what is she planning to do? What would
She
she
planning.
do at the food court? When he mentioned that there is a new Thai restaurant and he's gonna have a full plate of buffet, right? And then she
Yeah.
says, who else would be getting a plate? That means her, right? That's why she would also buy a lot of food from that Thai restaurant.
Question 5.
What word best describes the mall?
Busy.
It's a busy
Mo-
mall. Yeah.
yeah.
I see. Good.
Now, guys,
Uh,
this is part three, listening for information. As the name suggests, one person would have some sort of information or the expertise that the other person is interested in. You would witness six questions, and the length of audio it would be around 2 to 2.5 minutes. Now, the point is, even though the length is longer, the questions which would be framed are shorter, and then the vocabulary which they would be using is quite easy. Why I mentioned all these points? कि आपको notes लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It would be really easy for you guys to retain that information. Clear?
okay.
Now you will hear a conversation between a man and a woman. Now we can't anticipate anything from this, right? Listening for information, अब वो information किसी चीज़ के बारे में भी हो सकती है. Could be X, Y, Z. But this is given, this is a fact that one person would be seeking information from the other, and the other person would be providing information. You have to gauge, you have to ascertain that which is that piece of information that has been acted upon and why. Shall we start?
Good morning, Northwest Hydro. Constance speaking. How can I help you?
You can help me feel less confused, I hope. I live at 743 Rosemount Avenue, apartment 5.
Okay, one moment please while I bring up your account. Perfect. How can I help you today, sir?
I've been living here for almost 4 months, since December. Yesterday, my landlord told me I should have phoned you to set up my hydro account and arrange to make payments. Here it is late March. I haven't received a single hydro bill, and I haven't paid Northwest Hydro 1 cent. The electricity bill for this apartment must be 3 months overdue.
Well, actually, it appears that someone's been paying the costs for you.
Seriously? Who?
I'm afraid I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
Was it the last tenant who lived here? I know she moved to Beijing. Didn't she notify you that she moved out and cancel her hydro account?
I'm afraid I can't disclose that personal information, but I can tell you that we will register you as responsible for this account, and we will send you a hydro bill for a total of $240, covering December 1st through March 31st. Any person or organization who was paying your hydro bill will be reimbursed.
No problem. I'm responsible for the bill and I want to pay. I was worried that my electricity would be cut off for non-payment.
Actually, Northwest Hydro has a policy of not cutting off people's electricity during the winter months. It's 20 below zero outside. People, well, they depend on us to survive. But if an account goes unpaid for 3 months in the summer, then we do cut off the power.
That's a good policy. Not that I'm the type of person who doesn't pay my bills, but it's good to know.
Well, we're happy to help.
Thank goodness it's winter. I love winter.
Question 1.
Why did the man call the woman?
To start a new power account.
Perfect.
2.
Why is the man asking about the situation now?
His landlord explained his responsibility.
Exactly. Because he was told by his landlord about his duties.
Then
Question 3.
Why does the man want information about the former tenant?
he is curious about the payment.
He's curious about the
He-
payment, right? He didn't know who made payments in his place.
Question 4.
Why does the man now have power in his apartment?
Someone else is paying.
Someone else has been paying for him, right?
Question 5.
Which power company policy is the man happy with?
Power is kept on during the winter.
Exactly.
Question 6.
What will the woman do after the phone call?
Send him the 4-month power bill.
Perfect. Now this is listening to a news item. All right. 1.5 minute. And how many questions? 5 questions. 1.5 minute audio. Only 5 questions. What does it tell us? देखो अगर लेंथ ऑफ ऑडियो शॉर्टर है और क्वेश्चंस जो फ्रेम हो रहे हैं वो थोड़े ज़्यादा हैं according to that particular audio, length of that audio, that means it doesn't make sense to take notes. Why? First reason, length is shorter. Second, pace would be faster. Third, questions which are being asked are not that much. What does it mean? Simply because the length is 1.5 minute, you would be able to retain that much information. What would happen? What you have to look for? It is listening to a news item. So something that would be worthy of coverage for news, right? Like who is mentioned, there would be one or two names. You have to be cognizant about the names and what is happening, where is it happening, when is it happening, why is it happening. All the WH family has to be taken care of, right? So you would be taking note of people's last name as well. Why? Because initially they would be introduced by their first name, full name, and then they would be referred to by their last names. So it is really crucial for you to understand and have a clear distinction that who is who has what view. Are we clear?
Okay.
You will hear a news story about a boy. Now, this is really a vague context. We don't know what could happen, but something newsworthy would happen, and they would be covering it from inception till the end. Now, let's understand. Let's give it a try.
7-year-old Dustin Sanoval got both a scolding and a hero's applause earlier this week when his mischievous antics led him to save another child's life. Dustin, who loves leaving prank messages on his home answering machine, pocketed his mother's cell phone without her knowledge and went to play at the park in their townhouse complex. He intended to make another prank call while his mother was gardening in the yard. This time, however, Dustin's antics saved the day. In the park, he saw a child lying on the ground unconscious. Dustin immediately called 911 with his mother's cell phone, and an ambulance arrived within minutes. Paramedics discovered that the 9-year-old victim, James Song, had been stung by a bee and needed treatment for anaphylaxis, a potentially fatal allergic reaction. The boy recovered quickly in the hospital. Dustin's mother was exasperated to discover her son had taken her phone and sternly warned him not to do so again. However, she was happy to learn something positive came out of it. James's father presented Dustin with a cell phone as a thank you for saving his son. Since the incident, Dustin's mother hasn't received any more prank calls.
Alright, so what's different over here? Unlike other parts, there was only one speaker, and these are sentence completion questions, guys. Even though they are sentence completion questions, they would still be multiple choice. So what was true about his mother?
It was frustrated with Dustin.
Yes, the words were exasperated. Exasperated होता है जो extremely agitated हो.
Dustin took the phone in order to
What was
play
his?
a trick.
Yes, to play a trick. His initial
Previously
intention
play a
was to
trick, yeah.
play a trick.
Because he found someone in danger.
Exactly.
Dustin's
The boy's father gave him the. Hello. Okay, one second, one second. All right. Now you may speak. Speak. Yes, Hina.
Dustin's own phone was. I'm confused in this answer. His own phone.
When he saved the boy's life, his father gave him the gift, right? His father gave him a phone as a
Okay.
gift. So it was given to him as a gift. Second
Um,
option.
gift. Genius was in hospital for a long time.
Rather, he quickly recovered. He wasn't there for a long time.
So called.
Yes, Milan? What? Yes, nearly
No,
died
he
in the
was
playground. Nearly died. Why? Because the words used were fatal. Anaphylaxis shock. He nearly died. Now, this is listening to a discussion. Now, even though the name is listening to a discussion, but we would be watching a video now. There is one simple thing I would like to tell you. The length of the video would be 1.5 to 2 minutes, and most probably it's around 1.5 minutes only. And how many questions would be framed based on that 1.5 minute video? You know, my question is simple. Part 5 is listening to a discussion, right? 1.5 minute video would be shown to you, and 8 questions would be asked. Now, what does it tell us? अभी तक हीना मिलन और यादव हमने यही सुना था कि 2 मिनट की वीडियो है, 5 क्वेश्चंस हैं, ठीक है, 6 क्वेश्चंस हैं, बट उसमें 2.5 मिनट की वीडियो है, 2.5 मिनट की ऑडियो है. बट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ओवर हियर? इजंट दिस बिजार? इजंट दिस अनयूजुअल टू फ्रेम 8 क्वेश्चन विद इन अ स्पैन ऑफ 1.5 minute वीडियो? सो बेसिकली इट प्रॉम्प्ट्स अस. हमें क्या लगता है यूजुअली जब भी हम कोई ऑडियो सुनते हैं या वीडियो देखते हैं, हम कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स अपने हिसाब से मार्क करते हैं, राइट? हमें लगता है कि ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये अनइम्पॉर्टेंट है, दिस इज इररेलेवेंट. हाउएवर, अगर किसी 1.5 मिनट की वीडियो में 8 क्वेश्चंस फ्रेम हो रहे हैं, तो आपके हिसाब से कोई भी चीज अनइम्पॉर्टेंट होगी?
No.
No, every single thing, every single word is important. It is fundamental. Now, what would happen? They are showing you a video, and there is a reason behind that. What? Just by looking at their facial expressions, their body language, you could ascertain their opinions, their attitudes, right? तभी तो वो आपको एक वीडियो दिखा रहे हैं. Otherwise, what's the point? पॉइंट ये है, डिस्कशन के लिए एक मेन आइडिया होगा. एंड रिगार्डिंग दैट, लेट्स सपोज देयर आर 3 people लाइक मिलन, हीना एंड यादव. सो main idea would be supported by Milan. Now it wasn't been now she would be supporting it, and Hina would be against it, and likewise Yadav would be supporting it. So you would get a clarity just by using, just when they would be using some simple vocabulary. I think this is a good choice. I don't think that it would work out, like that. Yeah. अब आपने करना क्या है, दो तरीके हैं. आइदर यू कुड टेक नोट्स. वन सेकेंड. हेलो. यस, हूज दिस? No, ma'am, I didn't make that inquiry. Yeah. Yes, yes. So you will watch a conversation among 3 people, 2 men, Josh and Ryan, one woman, Nadine. They are friends who have run into each other in a neighborhood coffee shop.
This is Josh.
Now, what you can do is you can simply segregate your page into 3 parts, and you could write Ryan, Nadine, and Josh. What you need to write is, what you need to understand is, um, let's suppose it has been clear to you that Ryan is supporting this. You would simply put a plus sign underneath his head, Likewise, minus sign if you think that person is against it, right? And neutral sign if you think that person is having neutral views. अब होगा क्या? Better way would be, what do I think? Instead of taking notes, it's better to remember. It's better to retain information, क्योंकि 1.5 मिनट में सब कुछ लिखना और 8 क्वेश्चंस पे फ्रेम होना doesn't make sense. However, if you are really good at taking notes, I won't be stopping you. कई लोगों को नोट्स लिख कर ही अच्छा लगता है. So it depends upon person to person. Alright?
पर सर आई हैव प्रॉब्लम, अगर मैं नोट्स लिखने रखती हूँ ना तो जो वो बोलते हैं फिर वो स्किप हो जाता है.
हाँ, then
And
don't take notes. Then don't take
या
notes.
इस हाँ मैंने वो भी किया. अगर मैं नोट्स नहीं लिखती तो आई फॉरगेट सम थिंग्स.
No, you won't forget something. What you have to look for is who is favoring it and who is against it. बस इतना ही याद करना आपको. अब लेट्स सपोज अगर आप कोई बंदा इसको फेवर करेगा, ठीक है, कोई भी चीज को फेवर करेगा, लेट्स सपोज द टॉपिक इज ईवी कार्स, ठीक है जी. नाउ मिलन इज सेइंग ईवी कार्स आर द फ्यूचर. आई थिंक दीज आर रियली बेटर चॉइस. व्हाई? इट हैज जीरो कार्बन एमिशन. ऑब्वियसली मिलन सपोर्ट कर रही है और मिलन ने उसका पॉइंट भी दिया, उसका रीजन भी दिया पीछे, राइट? कोई बंदा बिना रीजन के तो सपोर्ट करेगा नहीं ना. am I करेक्ट मिलन? सो आपने करना क्या है, कोई बंदा जब सपोर्ट कर रहा है, देयर वुड बी अ रीजन एसोसिएटेड विद दैट. आप उसको छोड़ देते हो, आपको सिर्फ फोकस ये होता है चलो उसने फायदा बोल दिया, उसने बोला सपोर्ट कर रही हूँ, दैट्स ऑल. नो, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई, right? Go into depth that why is that? If she is agreeing, then why? If he is disagreeing, then why? So there would be some facial expressions also. ठीक है, कि let's suppose कोई बंदे की आपको demeanor से ही पता लग जाएगा, body language से ही पता लग जाएगा. And second thing is, let's suppose initially they have some sort of point of view. Let's suppose positive, negative. What happens in usually is, till you reach the end of the video ना, one of them change their opinion. लेट्स सपोज इनिशियली जो अग्री कर रहा था वो एंड में या तो डिसएग्री कर लेगा, या जो इनिशियली डिसएग्री कर रहा था वो अग्री कर लेगा. दिस वुड आल्सो हैपन, राइट? आई वांट यू गाइस स्टॉप टेकिंग नोट्स, सिंपली लिसन टू इट. लेट्स सी हाउ मच वी कैन रिटेन.
ओके सर.
That's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, hey Nadine. Hey Ryan.
Hey.
Didn't see you guys there. What are you up to?
We're going to get iced coffees. It's so warm.
Now before we start, I wanted to remind you, 1.5 minute for 8 questions. That is why every single word is important. Every single word. Even if you deem that, even if you think it is not important, that would not be the case.
That's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, hey Nadine. Hey Ryan.
Hey.
Didn't see you guys there. What are you up to?
We're going to get iced coffees. It's so warm out today. What are you up to?
Oh, just doing some reading, waiting for the bus to take me up to the campus. Did you guys see this article on the new program they're making for the homeless in our neighborhood? Apparently, they're going to be creating an extreme weather center for when the temperature drops below -2.
Oh, I heard about this. Somebody at work was talking about it. It's that church up the street. They offer a variety of services, but the main one is they have a place for up to 15 people to sleep when it's cold outside. I think that's fantastic.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it kind of scares me to have all those people so close to our house. And they're always leaving trash everywhere. You know, when they put that homeless center next to my brother's house, he got his car broken into.
Really? That's awful. I mean, I don't see this really causing a spike in crime. I think it's mainly just for the people that are already living on the street in the neighborhood. Like, you know that guy, Clarence, who comes in here all the time for coffee? I think I'd feel better knowing that he has a place to sleep at night.
I agree. I've been thinking about volunteering at this place. I mean, they need help making dinner sometimes. What do you think, Nadine?
I don't know. To be honest, Clarence kind of scares me. I mean, he can be really loud when he comes in here sometimes. But I know he needs a place to sleep when it's cold out, and he's not the only one. Maybe I should volunteer too.
I think so. I mean, it would be a great opportunity for us to learn more about the neighborhood. I just don't know what we do to sign up.
Well, it says here that there's an information meeting on volunteering tomorrow night at the church at 6 o'clock. If you guys are going, I'll come too. Maybe I could even invite some of my classmates.
Well, I have wanted to do some more work with the community. I mean, I've just never volunteered for anything before. It would be fun if you two were there. Okay, let's do it.
Sounds great.
Now, what is the main purpose of the new program?
To encourage, to provide safe shelter in the
Yes.
community.
To provide safe shelter in the community. What was the condition when they would be open?
When it's freezing outside.
Perfect.
No, when the oh,
It's freezing outside.
okay.
What is the program? Clean streets.
No, no. What does program need volunteers to do?
Okay, yeah. What is the program
Prepare
need
meals.
Prepare
volunteers
meals
to do?
because they need help to
Meal,
make dinner sometimes.
foods. Yeah.
Now, Nadine was
What is the
skeptical, right?
main?
She was doubtful about the whole thing. But why was that?
Actually, two things were there. एक तो बहुत इरिटेट भी हो रही थी वो उसने पहले कभी किया नहीं था.
Hmm.
Maybe she is
So I
concerned
believe she
for
has never volunteered before.
no. Maybe she is concerned about personal safety.
शी इज कंसर्न्ड अबाउट पर्सनल सेफ्टी. उसने
Okay.
दो चीजें बोली ना. पहली बात, जब साथ में ऐसा कोई सेफ्टी शेल्टर खुला था, इसके भाई की कार
हम्म.
चोरी हो गई
हाँ.
थी.
कार का हाँ वो भी बोला था
It
उसने.
was broken into, and then she feels scared. She feels scared. Scared is a feeling that means she's worried about her personal safety.
Personal safety. Okay. Approving.
Approving. He was approving. What is true about
Mhm.
Clarence?
A man without a residence.
But what is Josh's occupation? The boy on the extreme right. I'll invite my classmates too.
He's a college student.
Exactly.
Speakers meeting tomorrow to volunteer for the shelter.
That is incorrect. You know.
Why are the three speakers meeting tomorrow? To prepare meals together.
All right. The man on the extreme left asks, "I don't know how to sign up," and then Josh says, "There is an information meeting going to happen at 6 p.m."
So to join an
Okay, so
information
To join
center.
that
information
information
set.
center. Exactly. इसको सुन भी लो अगर आपने सुनना है.
For us to learn more about the neighborhood. I just don't know what we do to sign up.
Well, it says here that there's an information meeting on volunteering tomorrow night at the church at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
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 Now this is listening for viewpoints. Okay. How much is the length? 3 minutes. How many questions would appear? 6.
6.
So what does it tell us? कि भाई जो हम क्वेश्चन समझ रहे हैं, जो पार्ट हमें लग रहा है इंपॉर्टेंट है, मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली वही इंपॉर्टेंट ही होगा. ऑलराइट. सो हिना, सिंस यू हैव डन रीडिंग पार्ट 4, what is really
Hmm.
important? What do you have to look out for when it comes to part 4 reading?
Part 4 reading in IELTS.
No, in self.
In this.
Yeah.
In CELPIP.
वो जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन का टाइटल क्या है? रीडिंग फॉर व्यू पॉइंट्स, राइट? और इसका भी टाइटल क्या है? लिसनिंग फॉर व्यू पॉइंट्स.
Reading for points. हाँ.
करना क्या होता है उसमें? हम पार्ट 4 में करते क्या है? ऑलराइट. सो व्हाट वुड हैपन, मिलन, यहाँ पर ना एक मेन आइडिया है, ठीक है? एंड यू हैव टू सर्टेन व्हाट द मेन आइडिया इज, बिकॉज व्यू पॉइंट्स किसके रिगार्डिंग होते हैं? मेन आइडिया के रिगार्डिंग, राइट? जस्ट लाइक रीडिंग, इसमें भी आपका व्यू एक मेन आइडिया होगा. दैट मीन्स जैसे ही ऑडियो शुरू होगी, you cannot miss out initial 2-3 lines because that would be depicting the main idea. Are we clear?
Hmm.
Second, revolving that main idea, there would be numerous viewpoints. Reading में advantage क्या है? The names are right there in front of you. You do not have to write them, right? Opinions आपके सामने, तो आप discern कर सकते हो who said what. However, since it's a listening, you would have to write down the names. ठीक है जी? Names लिखना आपकी ड्यूटी है, and that you have to write no matter what. Third, They would be supporting or they would be against something, and they would not make it that easy for you to understand. Okay, yes, Milan is supporting this, Hina is against this. No, they would be using some words like, I think it would help. I think it is complementary to this. I think it would supplement it. I think it would preserve it. I think it would safeguard it. So vocabulary depicts what? That I support it. Isn't that so? Likewise, अगर कोई against होगा वो क्या बोलेगा? It is detrimental. I think it would negatively affect it. तो डायरेक्टली ना बोलते हुए कि शी इज डिसअग्रीइंग, वो वोकैबुलरी से आप डिपेक्ट कर सकते हो. आर वी क्लियर? थर्ड थिंग, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव होना एक बात है. लेट्स सपोज मेन आइडिया कुछ भी है एक्स वाई जेड, मिलन इज सपोर्टिंग इट, यादव इज सपोर्टिंग इट, हीना इज अगेंस्ट इट. व्हाट डिड आई से? मेन आइडिया है, मिलन एंड यादव बोथ आर सपोर्टिंग द मेन आइडिया एंड हीना इज अगेंस्ट इट. So can I say that indirectly Milan and Yadav agree with each other? Make sense? Yes or no, Milan? समझ आया कि नहीं?
Yes, yes.
थर्ड इज, फोर्थ इज, इनिशियली जब आप कोई बात कर रहे हो, लेट्स सपोज वो पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव है, डजंट मैटर, देयर वुड बी सम कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी कंजंक्शंस which would be at action, like however, on the contrary, but, yet, although, though, even though, despite, in spite of. That means जो भी आप स्टैंस बोल रहे हो, अगर आपने ऐसा इनमें से कोई भी वर्ड विटनेस कर लिया, तो दैट स्टैंस वुड ऑल टुगेदर चेंज. ठीक है, वो चेंज आपको पता होना चाहिए. Why was that change? Why that change occurred? Because of these words, owing to these contradictory conjunctions. तो जितने मैंने वर्ड बोले, on the contrary, however, but, though, yet, although, even though, despite, in spite of, जब भी ऐसे वर्ड्स आएंगे आपको ध्यान रखना है. Are we clear now?
Yeah.
All right. So, no, Milan, I don't know why she left. All right. Milan, shall we play?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
The addition of bike lanes in densely populated urban areas throughout major Canadian cities is on the rise, creating tension between cyclists and car drivers. Shannon Tulu, an avid biker and campaigner for city cycling in Toronto, says that bike lanes have been absent for too long in city planning. She believes it is the long wait that has created a culture of car drivers that are now irrationally annoyed at having to accommodate for different modes of transport. The municipal government, meanwhile, is hesitant to support cyclists over drivers. And yet, had major bike lanes been around 20 years ago, Tulu suggests, the bike culture would have grown since then, and no one would be batting an eye now. She points to cities such as Amsterdam, where 40% of commuting is done by bike, and the infrastructure has been in place for decades. For Tulu, the main need for bike lanes is safety. Having been in 2 serious bike accidents in which no bike lane was available, Tulu understands the need for a designated cyclist roadway.
All right. So what was the main idea? Main idea is that they want to add bike lanes. Right?
Bicycle. हाँ.
They want to add bike lanes. Then there's a person, Shannon Tulu. She says what? That bike lanes have been absent for too long now. Now prompting what? Resistance from car drivers. They do not want to accommodate them now, right? Since they're not used to it. And then she further says, if this would have been integrated 20 years ago, things would have been different, right? और शैनन टूलू का मेन कंसर्न क्या है? Why she wants them to be integrated? Safety. Can I say that? Why safety? Because she has been involved in 2 major accidents. Why? Because there was no bike lane due to the absence of bike lane. She believes the accident rate would decrease if bike lanes were there. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
No.
Tulu says statistics show that less bike accidents occur when cyclists have their own lane. Fred Morris is the chair of the Provincial Mountain Biking Association. His passion for cycling does not, however, place him in the same camp as Tulu. On the contrary, Morris counters that while recreational bicycling is wonderful, bikes have no place in city traffic.
What does Morris say? Does he have a same viewpoint as Tulu?
No,
So yeah,
he is actually against this.
he's actually against this.
वो बोलता है बाइक्स के लिए कोई जगह ही नहीं है उसकी.
बाइक के लिए
He
कोई जगह ही
clearly
नहीं है
stated
सिटी
in
में.
that.
सिटी में बाइक के लिए कोई जगह ही नहीं है. हाउएवर वो रिक्रिएशनल बाइकिंग एक्टिविटीज को सपोर्ट करता है, बट कह रहा बाइक की जगह सिटी में बिल्कुल नहीं है. Now let's understand why does he say this.
5 years ago, he was in an accident in which he was cycling in a designated lane. Morris argues bike lanes create the illusion of safety because cyclists assume drivers are looking out for them. He says bike lanes actually increase the chance of car drivers hitting cyclists when they accidentally turn in front of them. Morris criticized cyclists for being aggressive. They don't want to lose their momentum and come to a full stop at intersections, and so they take chances to maintain speed.
What happened? Why he actually developed such view that bikes have no place in city?
His personal experience, because he met with an accident
Mm-hmm.
before 5 years.
And
जब वो जा रहा
despite
था तो एक डेजिग्नेटेड लोन थी.
yes,
ले-
so despite cycling in a designated lane, he still met with an accident. Isn't that bizarre? So वो कह रहा है bike lane कुछ नहीं है, it's just a myth. It just creates an illusion that you are being taken care of, right? But कार वाले जब मुड़ेंगे तो आपको उड़ा ही देंगे. That's what he believes. That's why
और
he
वो ये
says
भी बोलता है कि कभी-कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि साइकिल वाले भी बीच में आ जाते हैं.
साइकिल वाले बीच में नहीं आ जाते हैं. वो कहते हैं क्रिटिसाइज करता है साइकिल वाले अपना मोमेंटम कम नहीं करना चाहते. दैट इज व्हाई दे टेक चांसेस.
Mhm.
Morris agrees with Tulu that if more city bike lanes had been built in Toronto decades ago, things would be much different. More bike lanes then would have meant a much stronger bike culture now, and car drivers would be more accepting and aware. But Morris says it's much too late to try and add bike lanes into already dense, populated areas. Doing so, he says, will just cause more aggression on both sides. Tulu disagrees. In a time when cities are trying to reduce fossil fuel emissions and encourage environmentally friendly ways of living, she argues, developing a generation of bicycle commuters is crucial to the health of our cities and our planet.
तो दोनों ने अपना स्टैंड मेंटेन करके रखा है टिल द एंड. मॉरिस कह रहा है कि कोई जगह नहीं है बाइक लेन की. वाई अगर अभी वो इंकलकेट करने की कोशिश करेंगे भी, इट वुड जस्ट लीड टू इंक्रीज्ड एग्रेशन. ऑन द अदर हैंड, व्हाट डज टूलू से? शी सेज
कि वैसे भी हम इको फ्रेंडली चीजों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और एक तरफ बाइक्स बंद करने की बात कर रहे हैं.
yes. All right, why are some cities better for cyclists? So they took an example for Amsterdam.
They have wider roads and more bike lanes.
Bike lanes का more होना और roads का wider होना. These are adjectives. These has to be justified, but they weren't.
Okay.
Cyclist traffic had been integrated decade ago.
Yeah. In Amsterdam, जो ये जो bike lane जो थी ना, it had been integrated decades ago, and that was a fact. And that is why cycling traffic had been integrated decades ago. टूलो का लॉजिक क्या था?
It's too late to promote city cycling in many cities.
Hey,
नहीं, Tulu तो is different.
Tulu was favoring it. How can she say that?
Yeah,
So Tulu said cycling is good exercise for all
good
ages.
exercise.
तुम समझो उसका मेन कंसर्न था कि वो खुद दो मेन कंसर्न ये था तो खुद दो एक्सीडेंट्स में पड़ चुकी थी. ठीक है, अब उसको ये था अगर बाइक लेन होता तो सेफ्टी इशू बढ़िया हो जाता. सेफ्टी इशू ना रहता. सो our मेन कंसर्न was safety. That is why the
Okay. So
fourth
last
one,
one,
last one,
fourth one.
bike lanes improve the safety of city cyclists. उसका मतलब यही था. That's why I said अगर let's suppose वो सपोर्ट कर रही है the idea of inculcating integrated bike lanes. Why is that? Why was this? Because she wanted them to be safe. So what is true about both of them? Okay. Any mention about government policy? Yes or no?
हाँ, बताया था म्युनिसिपल गवर्नमेंट का।
नहीं. What they worried about it? Both of them.
नहीं, वो नहीं बताया।
No, वो नहीं बताया. Campaigners for city cycling. दोनों कैंपेनर्स थे कि सिर्फ टूलू थी? मॉरिस तो चाहता नहीं था ना. वो तो कह रहा था देयर इज नो प्लेस फॉर बाइसाइकिल्स इन सिटी. मेक सेंस.
So just Tulu.
Optimistic about city cycling. Who was optimistic? Both of them or Tulu?
सिर्फ टुल्लू थी।
सिर्फ टुल्लू. So we are left with
First
advocates for
one.
एडवोकेट्स
cyclism.
साइकिल।
क्योंकि इन दोनों के इंटरेस्ट ने इनका ओपिनियन शेप किया. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वो दोनों चाहते तो भला ही थे. What would Morris recommend?
मोर असर्टिव।
He was against city cycling. वो चाहता ही तो सिटी में कुछ करे, साइकिल करे. एलिमिनेट एनी ऑप्शन जिसमें बाईसाइकिलिंग सिटी में हो रही है. Because he was against it. That's why he wouldn't recommend it. Quick.
ट्रैफिक वाला भी सिटी में हुआ तो वो एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं।
कैसे?
मोरिस वुड रिकमेंड दैट साइक्लिस्ट।
वो कह रहा है सिटी में साइकिलिस्ट की जगह ही नहीं है. तो पहला खत्म हो गया. लास्ट खत्म हो गया.
And third one is
थर्ड वन भी
also
खत्म
Khatam.
हो गया. वी आर लेफ्ट विद साइकिल इन पार्क्स और स्पार्सली
साइकिल
populated areas. That's what he would recommend. What was the problem? That car drivers were annoyed. They didn't want to accommodate bicyclists anymore since they weren't used
Car
to.
drivers tend to be more aggressive than cyclists.
Was there any direct comparison, Milan?
No.
Ritik? No? Then why?
अनॉयड तो
वो चाहते नहीं थे कि बाइक वो इंटीग्रेट हो जाए बाइक लेन्स. कार ड्राइवर्स. सो इतना इजी नहीं था.
So second भी खत्म हो गया, fourth भी खत्म हो गया, क्योंकि
यस.
compromise भी नहीं हुआ
यस.
उनके बीच कुछ।
यस. पॉलिटिकली इन्फ्लुएंशियल ग्रुप
फर्स्ट
कहीं.
ऑप्शन।
यस. वेल पॉलिटिकली
First
इन्फ्लुएंशियल
option
ग्रुप तो
हुआ।
कहीं मेंशन ही नहीं
फर्स्ट।
हुआ. We're left with first one. There is a
हम्म।
resistance. Yes, there was resistance. मॉरिस साइक्लिस्ट को क्यों क्रिटिसाइज करता है? They take chances. They do not want to lose their momentum.
साइक्लिंग ऑन लोन्स विदाउट नहीं, वो ऑप्शन तो कट हो गया। लेन्स विदाउट वो वाला। इग्नोरिंग ट्रैफिक रूल्स भी कट हो गया।
नहीं कट हुआ. Ignoring traffic rules when cycling. This is what we mean by taking chances. अगर let's suppose momentum का मतलब होता है
ओके।
अपनी स्पीड वो स्लो नहीं करते, इसलिए वो चांस लेते हैं. What do you mean by this? Obviously they would be ignoring the traffic rules ना. They wouldn't be stopping anymore. Now, cycling on sidewalks को कहीं mention ही नहीं हुआ. Being too timid means being afraid. Were they afraid? Rather, it was the opposite. Make sense?
नहीं नहीं, वो तो अलग ही था.
So this is how we eliminate. Who has what view and why? It takes a little bit practice, but it would come. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
हम्म.
Any queries?
हम्म.
All right, guys, and that would be all for the day. We shall be winding up.
Sir, can you please have a look on